Mama, Nami.
Oloture, my pikin.
Where you dey?
For clarity's sake, the genre of this movie or series now is crime drama. It is directed by Kenneth, Gyang, and produced by Mo Abudu of Ebony Life Studios. And it's currently streaming on Netflix, so if you want to check it out, please by all means. Anyways, as expected, the sequel picks up from the prequel. Oloture is an undercover journalist trying to expose those behind human trafficking, so she had to change her name for disguise. She narrowly escapes human trafficking because, they were promised that they would take them to Europe and everything, but long and short, she didn't get there because her journey kind of takes unexpected turns on how she was able to survive, meet new people, connect, friendships, and just so many things involved. Meanwhile, back in Lagos, there's so much pressure that is mounting from the different human trafficking fronts. And if you see the movie, you get to understand what I'm talking about even better. I feel like the question on everybody's mind was what next? What is next for Ehi? Did you get when she tried to escape and all of that? But unfortunately, the execution just fell short of all our expectations. The character motivations were just unclear. The storyline was shaky. We weren't sure, it was just going left, going right. And I'm just like, okay, where are we headed to? Hit the nail on the head. I'll say that the plotline that suffered most was Beauty's. That girl, I felt like just knocking her on this. Okay, let's assume she was naive the first time. She got to Lagos because she missed her sister, wanted to stay with her. She wanted to hustle with her and everything. And her sister, played by Omami Dada, said, okay, they're taking us to Europe. In their minds, okay, it's a way to Japa for greener pastures, all of those things like that, right? And they didn't make it there. This girl literally watched her sister firsthand get killed, beheaded, slaughtered, everything. And she's able to escape. Let's not even talk about the continuity, but we'll get into that. Or she even met a good Samaritan who was able to give her money to go back to her hometown. And she gets there, her mother is dead, and she believes that, it's because of the jazz or the juju that they did on them when they were trafficking them to Europe. And she feels, okay, nothing is going well for me. I don't know what she could have done. Maybe she felt, her hometown was not good enough. Maybe she wasn't going to get stuff to make ends meet there. But even if she wanted to come back to Lagos, what happened to her getting a job? But she carried her legs and went back to the same home of prostitutes and everything. And she was like, she needed where to sleep and everything. And they rejected her there, and she's walking on the road, and she meets a random guy that she doesn't even know from Adam. And the guy is like, she should come in. Do you want water? I'll change her. And she's like, how naive could you get? And she takes her legs and walks back into the same prostitution realm. And then, even when she felt, okay, maybe that was the best thing she could do at the point in time, character played by Ikechukwu Chuks is asking, okay, who wants to go to Europe? And everyone is like, baby, skeptical at first and everything. And she raised her hands and she says, me, I want to go for my sister. Even him is like, Smolly, you still won't go? Because, is that the best line of action to take? What exactly was she expecting? What does she want to do? What kind of vengeance is she looking for? Is she trying to say that, she wants to go back and kill the people that killed her sister or what? Does she even have the manpower? Does she even have the taxes? Does she even have what she needs? I feel like that was the most annoying character for me. The story renews numerous unresolved situations, like Tony, who was being pressured by Antonio. Tony was played by Daniel Etim Effiong, and Antonio, a white guy that we never saw his face. Anyways, he was being pressured by, his Oga at the top, because they were short of two girls that had escaped. And he also received threats from a rival trafficking network who attempted to kill Pedro and Ehi, but they somehow managed to escape. This attempt was basically when their boss was attacked and it eventually exploded. So yeah, and then Alero on the other side, played by Omonio Boli, she was the plug for getting the girls, right? So when she gets the girls, she gives them to Tony. And she's also threatened by Sir Philip, who is a known politician, because in the prequel, Oloture had given her colleague a book, Emeka, played by Blossom Chukwujeku. This book contains everything that she saw, she experienced, she wrote it down and told him and all of that. And Emeka decided that it was, the best line of action to threaten this politician, not thinking of the fact that he might have bodyguards and security around him, but threaten him. But let's just say that Emeka died with no so much explanation, but may he so rest in peace regardless. Let's get into the performances of this series. I always get confused whether sometimes I say film and series, but yeah, you get the drill. You know how some actors really own characters and just literally carry the weight of the movie on their shoulders because of how much they are portraying that character. That was Sharon Oja in this movie. Her performance, as well as Pedro, played by Beverly Osu, their performance actually overshadowed a lot of things because you could just see how much they express themselves. Like, the makeup matched the acting perfectly, and that is something that I was really, really impressed with. One thing I'll say is they established a very, very strong sisterly bond on set. It was so believable. Like, you, even if maybe they were enemies in real life, you could never tell for the fact that they were so closely knitted in this series. And you would see that he was always scared, you know. She always had that look of fear and uncertainty. She felt like someone was following her, someone was always watching her back and everything, because I mean, it's ideal to feel that way. But Paige, on the other hand, exuded more of confidence. She was just a friend that, irrespective of her being scared, she knew that I had to exude some demeanor of confidence. The fact that some scenes didn't require them saying so much or speaking so much or even speaking at all, but just their facial expressions, just the fact that they looked the way they looked and the gestures, they really made suffering palpable. Another character that I was impressed with was Daniel Etim Effiong playing Tony, because first of all, his speaking was really smooth, and the fact that he's supposed to be like a ringleader and everything, his outfits were really nice. He had that authority, contrary to most of Daniel's films that we see of him playing like lover boy, being someone's fiance, husband, boyfriend, you know, all of those things, or even a father. He really, really embodied this role, and I'm so impressed that he proved to us that he's more than just a fine face, but a great actor. Omoni Oboli, on the other hand, played Alero, and this is arguably one of her weakest roles because it felt like she didn't know what she was doing. Like, I don't know if that's what they wanted for the character, but it just feels very confusing, and I'm just like, okay, we've seen her in better roles, we know she can do better, so what's really happening? It was more of a lackluster for us. I really like the short angles when they were showing the desert scenes and all. One part that really stood out for me was when they had to literally walk in the desert and there was a sandstorm. That was when Andrew died. That was actually a very emotional part, because I feel like a lot of people were just able to connect with that emotionally. That's where Silver Blade's men came to attack the girls on their trip, and they kept shooting, the glasses shattering, the blood, the gunshots, and the explosion, even the car flip, like the way the bus flipped, it was really much impressive. The explosion was very realistic. Like, nothing of that sort was mediocre, and for the standard of where Ebony Life is, we shouldn't be expecting anything less. So yes. However, there were noticeable continuity errors that really put me off, because as I said just now, the standard of Ebony Life and like, I wouldn't expect that nobody on the entire Nigerian and international team noticed that their hairdos were different. Bukola Oladipupo had cut her hair probably in the time of shooting this. Her hair was gone, but in the time of 2020, whenever she still had hair on. But I just feel like there was some way or some sort they could have navigated it, because the disappearances of Ehi and Beauty's hair in the parts where they were running or trying to escape and all of that, it was just too obvious. It was just hard to ignore. There's not even climax. The story could have really been written better, because you know that peak period, that part of the movie that just gives you the there's nothing there. It's just like, it just fell flat. We really don't know why they had to make this a series. It is very unclear to us. But yes, anyways, that is all for today's review. Please do let us know what your thoughts are in the comment section. Like, my hands are itching to reply them. I'm so eager. Please do also subscribe to our channel, because I mean, why not? We create content for you. So please subscribe to our channel and click on the notification bell so you can see when we post. You know, ding, ding, ding. My name is Christine from Nolly Critic, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.